Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, who's there?
No! Come and get it. Oh dear, did that hurt? What's the matter?
No, just...
You filthy Judas! But I've done nothing. I'll give you nothing, you bastard! But I didn't...
I hate this fucking... I just... Every day, I just keep fucking punishing myself. Oh, you dumb motherfucker, bro. I literally lost the love for gaming a long time ago, and I don't know why. I keep trying to play games that I just suck at. I'm a fucking retard. And I don't know how to play games. Of course I miss.
I'll slaughter you. Bring it on.
This.
I'll slaughter you. Combat, combat.
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. What's the matter? Come on!
Grub's not much better, but he's not getting a fucking arm. What's wrong with that?
Is that all you've got? You get what for? For all the use. Are you blind, for Christ's sake? There's people walking here. There's people walking here.
Greetings, my good man. May I ask you a question?
Ask first, then I'll ask you something.
Really? Good then. We're looking for Ginger, a stable boy at a nearby stud farm. Have you seen him anywhere?
I was just about to ask you two the same thing. I'm looking for him too.
Then it's a pity neither of us has found him yet.
Thank heavens I've found you, though. I imagine you two might be able to tell me something about Neuhoff. Hmm?
I see. Well, we can give you a little demonstration of what happened there.
Judas! I'll give you nothing, you bastard!
Now other bugger.
What did you do? Greetings, my good man. May I...
Ask first.
Really?
I don't know anyone called that. I'm not even from this part.
What a shame. We're worried about him, but we can't seem to find him.
Truly, I haven't seen him. If I were you, I'd ask the charcoal burners.
Oh, definitely. Thank...
Is someone there?
Ah! Ah!
Gone weak at the neck. I'll slaughter you. Now. Had enough of life. Is that all you've got? Take that! Arse. Ha! Herrgott! Bring it on!
Yeah. What do you think this is, an inn? Get the hell out of here. Oh, why are you waking me? Go away. God be with you.
You don't have to worry about those bandits anymore. I've dealt with them.
Really? And I suppose I have to take your word for it.
If you want proof, I can take you to them. Maybe I should have brought you their heads.
I'll take your word for it. All right, a bargain's a bargain. Ginger is hiding out in a ruined hut not far from here. You go along the road to Uzits until you see a path to the right that leads to a small spring. There's an overgrown path that leads from there right to where Ginger is. Keep your eyes peeled, though. You could easily miss it.
Good. Thanks for your help.
God be with you.
Yeah!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
Don't know his name, only that he's from Ushitz and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushitz, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ushitz, and he has a limp.
He limps and he's from Ushitz. That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll have to do.
It's all I know.
And now tell me exactly, and don't leave
That's quite...
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. Then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid that...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought it was terrible.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like...
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. I did what he said and hid.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ushitz came back. I did...
That sounds terrible.
If only I yelled.
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help?
Perhaps I could.
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around.
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all.
I could go and ask them if it's important.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect.
Yeah.
Greetings.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the where...
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you.
Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks, because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way, and I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to report.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid...
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
all right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
I could do with a bite to eat.
I'll be with you.
I'd like to learn to fight better.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the...
All right, but... Now, pay close attention. I'll be with you.
I'd like to improve my...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skill.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost... Now, pay close attention. Take care.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to buy a horse.
I'm glad to hear it. We're badly... Have you looked them over?
Not yet.
Then go and have a look in the stables, so you know what you're buying. May the Lord watch over you.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return, man.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
Why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here.
And what about for revenge? I can't take him back.
I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Good then. Let the lad come back again. May the Lord watch over you.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
My lord,
Excellent. Bernard already...
the whole story, or just...
It's up to you what you can see.
Well, in the end...
And his name?
The boy didn't know him by name, only by sight. But if I ask around, I'm sure folk will know...
But what if he's not there? He could have fled.
If I don't find him in Egypt, I'll ask around.
All right. Better go to Uzhitz then. Find this limping footpad and get the names of the others out of him. They have to face justice for what they did. Then bring him to me in Mehoyed, and I'll decide on his fate.
Certainly, sir. Why choose Mehoyed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it. Take care now.
Yeah! 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 Ah! Yeah! Yeah! You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Mushrooms, apples, carrots, cabbage. Good health to you.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him?
Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai. May the Lord watch over you.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say he kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl.
Has he been up to anything?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole...
Did he have any kith or...
None. A loner he was. I don't...
Do you happen to know where he was on the night?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew it.
When did you find the...
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything.
Another thing about... How come he...
Greetings.
I've come in the name...
Ask away.
Who was this Lubosh?
He was a drunkard and a beast. And lazy too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Noy...
What do I care about that scoundrel?
Do you know who Lubosh used...
He was always a loner, except lately he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care.
Good health to you.
I've come in the name...
I don't know nothing...
That man Lubosh who was...
I didn't really know him.
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to... I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden.
Do you know what Lubosh was...
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky.
Do you know anyone...
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never...
That's all.
Good luck to you.
I see you know. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. A reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our... Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
A bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubos don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubos was doing?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Did you know, Luke? Father, surely you can't be serious.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
I've got no time for this. You might be happy to put people's lives at risk, but I refuse to, and I'll get that confession out of you.
You're threatening me. You want to fight me? Well, I never. Well, why not?
All right, let's do it.
May the Lord watch over you.
Fucking hell. Ow!
Well, I have to admit you're good. I'm getting too old for this. Either way, if you think you'll get confessional secrets out of me with your fists, you're badly mistaken, boy. You can hammer me to death if you like, but the sanctity of the confession is unbreakable. I do want to help you, though. So come to the tavern in the evening, and maybe we'll come up with something.
God be with you. My respect. Good luck to you.
Blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began... God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno.
My poor child. May God... And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send...
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow...
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyle? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things. But
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. Judging...
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so point...
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look... Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal.
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end.
Chin up, lad.
What?
I'd like a beer.
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church, the lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for what? You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolute. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had... Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor. Amen.
One ale
Well,
over here, please.
Oh,
I don't doubt.
Let's drink to...
Funny.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering. And
Don't you think it...
No, I...
What do you think?
He certainly... If he got out of...
Where can I find...
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common...
They like it. In a few years...
Yeah, unless they burn...
Nonsense.
Thanks for the sermon. Oh, it's getting quite late.
What do you suppose? Wait.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me do...
Przyszła bida mora lat, bo nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, dodnielno i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne...
Alle doppeldeller. Au.
Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
God.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
You're the priest.
Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well.
You're welcome, Bubba.
Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like
Excommunicate?
to help. You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated.
Excommunicate.
Then I keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose it's Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad.
You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
All right.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday, and no need to drag it out. If it turns out well...
Christ almighty.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Reputation lost. Because I'm gonna preach. Oop. Sorry, Father. Tripped on that cobblestone.
Look, he can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
Any minute now, he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
Animals.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas.
Begin the sermon confidently.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is. Boy has a cheek. Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, and it is all due to the corrupt. They think sins can be washed away by money.
Prague didn't do much for his confidence.
Fuck you.
And what sins? They live. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do? Who can turn his face to God? Who fornicates and...
Nothing we don't know about already.
Fuck you.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to... And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had... Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Hear my words then. The church is corrupt, and her servants seek their own gain. A priest who fornicates and indulges in gluttony and intoxication is...
Uh-oh.
Yes! Down with the hypocrites!
Oh, fuck.
That is all I heard in Prague.
Uh-oh. I think I need to reload it, because I think I failed that.
Have you no shame, you pair of buffoons? I'll be writing to the bishop of this.
I don't quite know if I beat that or not.
Time flies, eh? My Agnes has been gone now for 4.5 years. And still, it seems like only yesterday she went to the good Lord.
Aye, you're right there.
Hmm?
Life is short.
Bro, we had a deal. Fuck.
Father, I would...
Farewell.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the...
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church...
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought the accursed well. When dogs are fighting, they show no mercy. They are... You want to baptize a child? Peg.
For shame! Shame upon...
It is the custom of the... Let us remember the marriage at Cana. He, who's...
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to...
No, brothers and sisters. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself...
He's right!
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so... What if the devil him... And what about those bishops? They play dice, and look to your consciences.
Down with the prelates. Oh,
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. Let each speak as much as he knows. And that applies both to priests...
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in practice.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
A young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, but he told it nicely.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. And his conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is...
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business.
Although I'm not sure I'd survive.
Just in the night.
Yeah.
Turn the light. Calling out to me. Saying I can't set you free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can hear you. You're next to me. Found peace. I think that's what he says. I mean, what else would he find? No doubt.
Yeah.
Side of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, baby, go down the hill. Saying I can set you free. Dark side of the moon. Come on, baby, get over here. Da-da-da. Where is you at? How do I get there?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the message was, you lose. Gotcha. That's probably what my note would say. Gotcha. Damn. This one's gonna be tricky. Do I talk to this person?
Good health to you.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki.
Riki? You mean Hinner?
Maybe.
You know, he's not usually around here. Try asking at his home. But I hope you've got...
So you know this Hinner?
Not much, I confess.
Why's that?
No one would know.
What can you tell me?
He's a
Why do they call...
He's a tenor, isn't he?
True enough.
Well, Hinner...
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, I heard it.
So a bit more than heist.
Just so.
Come on. What are you doing, phone?
For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze small spaces.
Don't tell me there's not...
He's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches.
And on some services for 45 days.
May the Lord watch over you.
Greetings.
What can you tell me?
What can it...
Why not?
Well,
What's the tanner like?
the less I see of him...
Why do they call him...
Why do you think? Because he's a tanner, of course.
So why don't people like him?
The old tanner's not an easy...
And there's no one at all...
That
Harlot?
She works as a bathhouse when... Take care.
Is that all you've got? Bring it on! Is that the best you can do?
Tired of people fucking with me. Fuck, I probably fucked that all up by messing with that guy. Oh, what's he doing? Okay, okay, come on. Please stop. What are you fucking not getting? Damn, I was doing really good and now I'm fucked again. Wait a minute.
Good day to you.
I heard you've been seeing...
So what? Come to preach at me, have you?
God, no, nothing like that.
Aye, I've seen him often enough.
Where can I find?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up?
That's 6. That's 5.
Look, Hinek's my friend, and I really need to know...
But I already told you I don't...
So I suppose he just goes to the woods to pick...
Mushrooms? No.
So Hinek is a poacher?
Well, he was never much...
Do you know exactly where he goes?
He said he has some hideout in...
When did you last...
A few days ago.
And that was unusual?
I never saw him drink much.
So he was acting strangely, that
He was strange. I had the feeling he was afraid of something. He kept prattling...
Can you remember?
Oh, I'm not sure. Aye. And then he was talking about...
What did he say about them?
Just that he had a pile of it.
I see.
What could I say? He was drunk. He kept saying I was and if I wanted, I could even take half the money and leave. Or he'd go with me and we could get married and such.
Did you go there for a look?
No. I've got better things to do.
Yes, I understand. Did he tell you exact...
He said he buried it at his father's small holding.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye.
You showed him. Thank you. A thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
$4. Thanks for beating that thief up, but I'm gonna give you $4. $4 make you holla. Let's see. Track down Riki and find his stash. Do I find his stash before him? You're getting fucked up now, come on. It doesn't mean that it's right fucking there. So what? So... Fuck. I don't think this is... I think this is right. Fuck! What the fuck do you want me to do? How am I supposed to track him? He's not here. He's not here. There's nothing here. There's this fucking dude, and all he's gonna say is, let's do some archery, and I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna suck at it.
What do you need? So you know this... No. Why is that? No.
Okay, none of this is helpful. Okay, so... what? So what? So what? Oh, God. God, I did so fucking good. And now, guess what? Years. I bet I'm gonna be fucking stuck on this shit for years. Can't fucking beat it. The fuck, bro? The fuck are you?
God be with
Fuck this game.
I'm looking for your son. Any idea where he might be?
I don't know.
That you at least know.
Hinek.
Tell me, you fucking asshole.
Your son.
Are you threatening me?
Believe what you like. I'm concerned about Hinek, but I really don't much care what happened.
Fuck it.
So?
There's not much I can do for you anyway.
Where did he go?
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me
Well, it's not much to go on. I'd like to talk to you.
I'm very busy.
Do you at least know?
As far as I
heard he's seeing some bath.
Maybe.
Don't you have any clue?
I really don't know nothing about that.
How's that?
Because every time he brought some hides for...
He had money,
I suppose.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him...
Alright, I'll ask him. What more do you know?
Nothing.
Bloody hell. Start using... How much time did he spend away? What was...
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know.
So he probably went through thick woods to get...
I reckon. Go. And if he's really in a...